How do you sell SEO when your prospect can't see the value? Hi, it's Damien Papworth from Globotel here, coming to you from our head office in Australia. At Globotel, we're here to help you design your digital agency to deliver. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 precise ways on how you can demonstrate the value of SEO for your prospects in a way that'll really motivate them to buy. And if you hang around till the end, I'll let you know how you can access the resources that I've used to calculate the dollar value of SEO for your prospects. So they'll absolutely be able to see how much money they're going to make in their businesses, and you can add these resources to your sales toolkit. If you're a digital agency owner here looking for ways to build a better digital agency, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We're bringing videos to you every single Monday. Let us know in the comments too, the one valuation model that you think is key for your prospects and why. Now to our video. Okay, I'm going to show you now 4 valuation methods for presenting SEO to a prospect. Now these valuation methods are vision, FOMO, the fear of missing out, savings, and the riches, return on investment. I'm going to show you how to implement each one precisely, and as I mentioned at the end, I'll give you all the tools that you need to do it yourself. All right, the first one, vision. You need to know your prospects. You need to know them well before you're actually presenting to them. And when I say know well, I mean you should have done a whole series of questioning up to this point so you understand precisely what your prospect's Mount Everest is. What mountain are they trying to climb? What's at the top? And that'll be different for every single prospect. And that's the vision that you're trying to capture, so when you're presenting an SEO outcome to your prospects, you can reframe that in terms of their vision, in terms of their Mount Everest. Now, we've got a whole video relating to questioning your prospects to get to their Mount Everest, and I'll put a link to this video in the description below so you can reference it. It's an amazing video, a guy called Matthew White, a sales coach who is a guru also, definitely worth viewing. And at this point too, I'll just reference an amazing concept by a great marketer called Dean Jackson. You've probably heard of him before, and he talks about his 5-star prospect. Now, 5-star prospect, you should know whether this prospect that you're about to present to is a 5-star prospect for your business. And the reason for that is you only want to present to 5-star prospects. You don't want to waste your sales time and your resources presenting to people who just aren't ready for you today. Or they just aren't appropriate for what you provide. So what's a 5-star prospect? Have a look, Dean Jackson, to get more detail, but in a nutshell, they're friendly, they're open to dialogue, open to have a conversation with you, they know what they want, they know when they want it, and they want you to help. That's very, very brief 5-star prospect, Dean Jackson. Have a look up for more information. But the point with all this is, if you know your prospects well enough, you know what their Mount Everest is, you know they're good for your business and are ready to buy, and you frame everything with your conversation around these points, you're already on the right track to closing the sale. All right, valuation model 2, FOMO, the fear of missing out. Psychologically, this valuation method is extremely powerful, and the great news also is that there's no mathematics. It's not overly scientific. It's just going to the root of your prospects' fears and aspirations and hitting them between the eyes at that point. An amazing thing about using FOMO as a valuation model for SEO is it's not just sales. You can use it for lead generation also. You can use it for marketing and sales, and you can do it on the fly as you're going through your day in, day out business and personal life. You can do it on the fly just as you're going along. It's an amazing tool to use if you have the clarity of mind and the presence of mind to get it going whenever you need it. So what is it? It's simple. Every prospect we have has a number of competitors in their industry, people that they know are trying to get the same clients as them. Now, if your prospect hasn't done SEO or local SEO before, the chances are his competitors are going to be outranking him on Google. So you're walking down the street, you need to go to the dentist. Maybe not walking down the street, just having to go to the dentist, but you've made a booking to the dentist. And as you're walking for your dentist though, you grab your phone out the front of his place, do a search. Safari or whatever the thing is that you use the browser to, but you want a Google search, you want Google's results. So I'm just going to do Gold Coast Dentist because I'm on the Gold Coast at the moment. And all the Google results will come up. And the point is, you've got your ads at the top. You might need to explain the different sections of Google. You've got the Google Maps, which is super important. And then you've got the SEO results down below. Now, the point is that if you're presenting to a prospect that has not done SEO before, they're probably not going to be on page 1 of Google. Yet when you do this in front of them, they're going to see people they know that they're competing with on page 1 of Google. And all you have to say is, I was walking down the street and I was looking for you just so I know where I had to come, and I couldn't find you, but I could find your competitors. How often do you think that happens every day? How many bookings, how many phone calls do you think your competitors are getting because someone's walking down the street and they type in what they're looking for and they find them rather than you? And from there, it's quite an easy thing to say, you know what? In my business, what I do is I help business owners get their websites and their online profiles onto this area at the top of page 1 of Google, so that when their prospects are looking for them, they find my clients, so my clients get the phone calls. Job done. Okay, valuation method number 2, savings. How are we going to save your prospects money? This is great for the business owners who believe that marketing is an expense rather than an investment, and there's lots of them around. So what we're going to do is show them the value, the estimated traffic earned, as opposed to if they went and bought the traffic spending money on advertising. So let me pull you across to my laptop now so I can show you exactly what I'm doing and exactly how you can calculate the amount of money a business would save by using SEO rather than paid advertising. And as I mentioned, if you'd like a copy of the spreadsheet with all the calculations already in it, I'll show you how to get it at the end of the video. Okay, to work out how much advertising we're actually buying with SEO, we need 3 things. We need to understand how Google distributes traffic from the various positions on the search engine. 2, we need to understand the volumes of traffic we're likely to achieve using SEO getting to a prospect's website. And the 3rd thing we need is how much is the cost per click for average keywords. So how much would your client, your prospect, be likely to pay if you used Google Ads, for example, rather than SEO? So let's start. The first thing we want to understand is how much traffic Google's going to distribute to position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And you can do this yourself. You can go and check out. There's a number of different studies. They're all roughly the same, but with slight variations in different positions. All you want to do is make sure you can validate this for your prospects. So I'm just going to say traffic, share Google. Well, traffic, that's good. It's corrected my spelling. Look, from this point, what I'd do is just find, not an ad, I'd find Search Engine Watch. There's obviously an industry authority. I'd find an authority website who is going to give us the information we want. This one's a little bit old. Maybe you want to find something a bit more up to date. They're probably going to try to capture my data in a sec, but here you've got a good graph with a different percentage of the way Google distributes traffic and the percentages here. So percentages, I've got a spreadsheet, as I mentioned. If you want to copy this spreadsheet, I'll tell you how you can get it at the end of the video. But what I want us to do now is just all this data here. So position 1 gets 32.5% of traffic, position 2, 17.6. Let's put this in our spreadsheet so we've got a ready reference when we go to our prospects. So let me find my spreadsheet here. So Google positions down here. This is our calculation for the, so columns A and B will give us our calculation at the end when we're ready, when we've got all the data. But let's get our percentage of traffic into our spreadsheet here. So we've got position 1's 32.5. Let's go 32.5. Go down 17.6 for 2. Position 3 is 11.4. Position 4 is 8.1. Like I said, you can do this if you can find different studies that are more relevant to your niche. You can go and find specific studies for your niche and get the data 100% correct for as you go out to your prospects. 3.5, 3.1, 2.6, and 2.4. 2.6, 2.4, 3.1, and you see we've got the 10 plus, that's page 2 and beyond. There's another 8% of traffic that's shared beyond page 1. All right, so that's step 1 in understanding how we can calculate the amount of advertised purchase by SEO. Okay, so we have the way Google distributes traffic, various positions through the search engine. To complete our valuation on how much a client or a prospect can earn in advertising using SEO, we now need to understand monthly searches that that occur on Google and what people in their industry, what their competitors, the serious competitors, are actually paying to get traffic to their website. So to do that, I'm just going to use, there are plenty of keyword tools out there that give you this data. You might already have your own, your favorite. I'm just using Google's keyword planner to show you how this works. So all we need to do is click discover new keywords, and let's use our dentist as an example. You know, we've started with a dentist, so let's use Gold Coast Dentist. Let's see what the dentists are paying for traffic on the Gold Coast in Australia. And also, so let's just get results, and also what the traffic volumes are for dentistry. So what we're just looking for is sort of rough averages. As I said, we're looking for the serious businesses. What are the serious businesses? So we use something close to the top of page bid. They're the guys that want traffic, so they want to be on the top of AdWords, not the guys that are tinkering at the bottom of the page hoping to get a visit now or then. So if you look through the different Gold Coast dentists searches, there's a range of them. Just under $5, over $6, under $5, over $6, over $8, different suburbs around the Gold Coast, cheap dentist $5, Robina Village. So you can see that, let's just say it's an average of $5.50, for example. And if you have a look, the actual number of searches for dentistry in the area, it's around 10,000. Like we say 10,000, there's lots of variations for different keywords, which makes it more than 10,000, but let's say there's 10,000 searches available going for $5.50 each. So let's put this in our spreadsheet. So we'll say Gold Coast Dentist, monthly search is 10,000, cost per click $5.50. Okay, so that's the data we need to work out how to represent value of SEO to the prospects that see marketing as an expense, not as an investment. Okay, we've got all the data we need now. We just have to put it together, and it's pretty simple. And look, I'm going to be pretty flexible with, I just want to show you how this spreadsheet works, so that then I'll talk a little bit about variations you can make. So let's say when we're talking about the prospect that, you know, let's be a bit, let's not be too ambitious. Let's say we'll aim for position 3, right? We don't necessarily need position 1. Let's just say over the next 6 to 12 months, we get your website to position 3 on Google. So we'll put position 3 here. So the amount of traffic, our targeted share of the Google traffic then is going to be 11.4%, but we'll just, reference this outcome here straight into the new column. So 11.4% of traffic we're going to get for this keyword. Monthly searches is 10,000, which we'll put over here. So the estimated traffic then is basically the keywords by percentage we're going to receive. So let's just put that in, number of keywords times the 11.4%. We'd expect 1,140 visits to your website each month, which is a pretty good amount of traffic. So if you're going to buy that on AdWords, it's going to cost $5.50 a visit to the website. And then this will calculate out, if you're going to buy this traffic to your website using Google Ads, you'd have to pay $6,270 to achieve the result. So you can see that having worked that out for a prospect that sees, you know, advertising as an expense. If you're pitching SEO to them, if you're trying to say, look, do SEO, this is where you're going to get a lot of value for your business, show them this model and say, I'll charge you $1,200 a month for SEO. And as a result of this, you're going to get well over $6,000 worth of advertising to your business. You can see how that will resonate with a prospect who resents spending money, resents spending on advertising, on marketing, that kind of thing. He sees as an expense. You can see how that would be attractive. So that's the approach of savings. The next approach I talked about is riches. We're going to build on that model and show, you know, the clients and the prospects that are just interested about making money, about return on investment. That's what's driving them. We can build on what we've already done if the prospect is willing to work with us a little bit and give us a bit of extra information to show them how much value that they can get in revenue to their business, in new business, from the advertising that we have generated. All right, to work out how much a prospect is likely to earn from the SEO work that we do, so you can show them increase in business just from SEO, you know, the real pure value that they're going to receive, we need three things. The first thing we need is estimated traffic. We already have that. We've calculated it in this spreadsheet. The other two things we need is their sales conversion rates and also the way their website works from traffic, viable traffic, through to leads. So I've built another tab on our spreadsheet here, return on investment. We can change that. You can change the name of the tab to riches earned or revenue or that kind of stuff, whatever you need. But here we've got it. So this is pretty simple, right? So estimated traffic, we've pulled that direct from the previous tab. So whatever you update and work out in the previous tab will flow through to this tab and make it easy for you to calculate. So conversion rate to leads. So with conversion rate to leads, this is how many visits to the website turn into phone calls or filling out the forms and that kind of stuff. So you can get that data. You should be able to get that data from Google Analytics if it's set up right. If not, maybe there's a paid exercise there for you to take your prospect through to get that data. But you know, a decent business should have that data already. But let's say for this example, it's 5%. The dentist that we're talking to converts his website 5%. Every 100 visits to the website, 5 of them phone call. Now that's quite low. The beauty about gathering this information intelligence is that it can help you suggest future services which you can offer. For example, if 5% is low, you can do conversion rate optimization. Maybe you can do some landing page styles of service to help them increase the level of website phone calls from traffic so they can get more value out of their marketing. Cool, so you see here it's automatically calculated through. Estimated traffic 1140, 5% convert to leads gives us 57 phone calls or forms filled out per month. The next thing we need to know is how the client or the prospect converts leads to clients, you know, paying clients. Now, when you ask a business owner this, most of them overestimate. Most of them say if I get a phone conversation, they always end up a client, you know, to be between 80 and 100%. And it's, you know, they usually say that because they're not tracking it. Typically it's around 30%, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, maybe a lot less. So this is something that we need to understand though. And if they're not measuring it and they say something silly like 80%, put in 30%, make it underestimated 30% just for these figures. Let's really underestimate it because you'll get a much better result if you're getting 80%, but let's just say 30%. Once again, if they've got a very low conversion rate, this can be an area where you can help them with sales conversion or refer them to a sales coach or something like that. Add real value to your prospects and clients. All right, the last thing, average lifetime value. Now we're talking dentists. All right, a dentist would see you 2 or 3 times a year. Every now and then there'll be something big like a crown or fillings or x-rays, whatever. And we tend not to shop around for dentists too much. We tend to stay with them for years. So it could be 5 years, 10 years. You know, the average lifetime value could be quite high. I'm going to say $5,000. It's probably high. It's probably more like $10,000 for a dentist, particularly when you start thinking about families and things like that. So put that in. The value of a new business, this has calculated out now. So we've got 57 new clients a month based on the new traffic that we've generated. 30% close rate, 17 new clients a month. At 5,000 lifetime value, that's $85,500 of new business a month that a solid SEO campaign can develop for this dentist. So the question that I've got is, if you put this in front of a dentist and say, well, the SEO campaign costs $1,200 or $2,000 a month, the question you can say to the dentist, the prospect is, if I've got you $85,000 worth of business every single month from running this campaign, and I'm only charging you $2,000 a month, do you think that it'd be a worthwhile investment? So obviously there's the cash flow element of it, and when we talk about average lifetime value of a client, the 85 grand doesn't come in the month one, but that's what they can earn for the longevity of their business. So the spreadsheet, would you like a copy? Would you like a copy of this spreadsheet so you can take it out when you're to do a bit of homework before you meet prospects? Maybe you can use it to build value in front of them. If you want a copy, I'll put it as part of a sales resource we've got called the Sales Swipe File. I'll put a link so you can access the sales swipe file in the description below, and also in the first comment. Just click through and all the information will be there on how you can grab a copy of this spreadsheet. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, love to know what's the one valuation model that you think will be most useful for the prospects that you serve, the clients that you serve and the prospects that you visit. Let us know in the comments the one that makes most sense to you. I'd love to hear. So that's it from me for this week, and I'll see you next week.